atmosphere at Aston Villa is one of
On 1053 medium wave.
The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules are sold to us as financial fair play, a way to keep clubs from going bust. But there are those who feel it's starting to look a lot like a system that protects the big boys and keeps the rest in their lane. Here's how it works and why people feel that way. So clubs can only lose £105 million quid over 3 years, which sounds fair, but here's the kicker. Your limit includes how much you earn. So if you're one of the traditional top six, you've got massive global revenue streams and you can spend way more while still technically following the rules. Meanwhile, ambitious clubs who've got money like Newcastle, Villa or Forest, well, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Want to buy world-class talent? Well, PSR says to them, your owner might have the money, but you're not making enough in shirt sales in Asia for that. The Magpies won their first domestic trophy since 1955, qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what's happened there. Nottingham Forest tried to invest to survive. They did that, but they got punished anyway. Meanwhile, clubs like Spurs, until last season, hadn't won a trophy in over 18 years, but because they rake in cash from the new stadium, they get a much bigger PSR allowance than a newly promoted club who are just trying to stay up. And let's not forget the loopholes these big boys are exploiting. Chelsea found the trick with those long contracts, selling the women's team. City are masters of related party sponsorships. Etihad this, Etisalat that, all within the rules, and fair play to them for capitalising on those opportunities. But what about the smaller clubs? They don't have that luxury. Now look, financial sustainability matters. Nobody wants another Bury or Morecambe situation. But there's increasing concern that rather than levelling the playing field, the current rules cement the existing hierarchy. So what's the solution? We'll either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons while the rest play musical chairs for 7th. And that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
Why do we even bother? What's the point?
You've flown all the way over.
I have.
This.
Not him again. He was on all week. What's happening?
Him. He lives here now.
Yeah. What is this? Mac Talk Rax Rushden.
Have you been thrown out? Is that what it is, Mac? Do you want to tell the Game Day people?
It was one Sunday, me and Barry left the studio, and there was someone sleeping in the front of their Jaguar.
Oh, that's nice.
And then we looked closer, and it was Perry Groves. We're like, oh no! But he was just having a little nap.
A little nap, that's right.
Fine.
When do you sleep in the car? It's a nice always.
Is it?
We work out sleeping in the car.
No, we had a good one. Anyway, look, we can't. We're almost doing the show. Do you know what this has happened? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
This is like the handball law, where people now accept that it's ruling football. We have just almost accepted that this is the music that we should do.
Oh, is this the music now? We'll just sing along to this music now, shall we?
And that's not who we are.
You won't find us singing along to this music later in the show.
No. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Someone change this immediately or I am walking. Yes.
Yeah, and he speaks and it happens.
Exactly. Okay, here we go, everybody. You know what's about to happen. Not everybody loves it. It's been established. Some text this week. Someone Philip, who said, me and all my friends in Darlington don't like this.
Switch off.
Exactly.
Switch
all
off.
of my friends.
Philip, if you're listening, good morning to you.
This is for you.
Have a lovely day. Off to 5 Live you go.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. This is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Bacon. Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up Max on Saturday, the 28th of February, 2026, and at 12:30, it's Bournemouth, the Cherries, versus Sunderland, the Black Cats. In the Premier League, it's a talkSPORT exclusive. Presented by Rashmin Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam, the Sausage, Gilet Man, Smart Fast Meat, Matterface, and former Chelsea defender Scott Minty Minto, the OB producer. Oh, it's Eddie Mena!
What a start.
Get it! And then at 12:30, it's Portsmouth v Hull in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT presented by Natalie Sawyer. Commentary from Alex Crookie Crook and former Ipswich striker Sam Parkin, the OB producer. Oh, it's Alex Crookie Crook. It's the Crook. It's the Crook. Alex Crook. The Crook of Love. Alex Crook. Alex Crook. The Crook of Love. You'll get it. And then at 14:30, it's GameDay Live with Forget It. The best in the business. Adrian Durham, Mickey Gray, and Matt Murray. It's on talkSPORT. Adrian, forget about the best you've ever seen. Durham with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Liverpool, the Reds, versus West Ham, the Hammers, Newcastle, the Magpies, versus Everton, the Toffees, and Burnley, the Clarets, versus Brentford, the Bees. Notabalade. Adrian is at Liverpool, Mickey is at Newcastle, and Matt is at Burnley. 15 o'clock, it's Coventry v Stoke in the Championship at the talkSPORT exclusive.
Not on UK TV.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
Not on UK TV. Go get it! It's presented by Natalie Sawyer. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford, Dan Stanter, and former Arsenal winger Perry Groves, the OB producer. Oh, Ian Dan Stanter. Go get it! It's Big Ticket Live! Premier League and Championship action. You can't afford to miss.
Aaron says, here we go, boys. Let's go. Go get it. Jake in Croydon, the energy is almost palpable, isn't it? Nick says, she's back. I thought she'd retired from OBing. Now I can build this toddler bed. I'm so hyped up. The Minter Maniacs.
The Minter Maniacs with Darren in Gosport. What a start. Izzy Minter up first. Go get it.
Max, can you read a PSA for me? I don't know what that is. If you were using a cherry picker in the High Wycombe area this week, please come and move. It's now crushing my car. Thank you.
Oh.
It's not, is that a euphemism?
I read out. Have you been done? Have you been done there?
No one's done me.
Cherry picker crushing your car. What even would that be?
It wouldn't be fun, wouldn't it? You'd have to be a niche interest, I would say. There we are. How are you, John?
Yeah, I'm very good. Don't listen to the haters, Charlie. You can't beat a good go-get-it to get you ready for the weekend. Get that idiot Phil on next Saturday and ask him to do it live if he thinks he can do better. That's the words of Paul doesn't say where he's from, but, there we are. Max, your text box isn't working.
No, that's fine. I've got them here. Oh, wow. Don't give up the day job, whatever that is.
Oh, wow.
Laughing, crying emoji.
Anonymous.
What a start. Izzy Minter up
If
first.
you don't send your name, you're just a number. So I'm trying to get that phrase going.
Okay. Who to? Who for?
Just people who text in,
Good to have
don't put their name on it.
Isn't it? What a start. Go get it, says Darren in GameDay.
Yeah.
This is... I've got something.
Go on.
Yeah. It's just an idea. I said it to you
I was
before.
going to talk to you about the football.
Oh, yeah, do it.
No, but Karen, you've got an idea.
It relates to the football.
Okay,
so
I was
you
just
start
saying, I
with
feel
some
sorry for
football.
Wolves. Not in a... Just in a way that if they just had,
Started 4 months ago.
Like 4 months. They started this week. If this was the start of the season, then they are unbeaten this season.
Yeah.
You know,
How many games?
One game.
Yeah.
Okay. But you just go, they've found some fight. They've found a shape.
Do you know what the trouble is? Every match I'm now watching through how bad a Spurs led in the Premier League.
They'd have sucked them in by now. They'd have sucked Spurs
if they'd won.
Their cherry picker would be crushing their car.
They would. But I suppose the point you're making is if they'd won more games, sort of how football lasts a season.
No, the Spurs are lucky that Wolves
are bad.
Are bad.
But look, Spurs did win the games they have won. Like they happened.
But Rob Edwards would have got more points from the start of the season.
Yeah. It's going to be annoying when Spurs get relegated.
Do you think they're going to get relegated? You said before that Spurs aren't the kind of team that go down and then bounce back up.
Absolute garbage in the Championship. 11th forever in the Championship. In that massive stadium. That must be terrible.
15,000 people in there.
Yeah, it's going to be really bleak, isn't it?
That trumpet playing.
They'll increase the season tickets to 1,500 quid. As they go down to League One. There they go.
And imagine when they win the league in League One.
Igor Tuesday.
I like him. Yeah. Gary Monday, currently in charge of Sunderland. Gary Monday.
He did what every football manager does. They come in and they go, "This team is not fit.
They're not fit." That's
it's
a classic
like what?
one.
It's like
first day. Well, they're not
have
fit.
Not been doing any run. They can't just. Thomas Frank. He may not have done brilliantly, but he can't have just said he's just not had them on the pies the whole time. Every manager comes in and goes, "I've had a check," and actually none of them can run more than 40 metres without having a sit down.
They're not fit. It's such a throw the last manager under the bus, but they all do it.
So he might be right, but at some point, someone's got to say, actually, I think they're actually in quite good shape relative to the population.
Yeah.
They're in good nick. They're just not playing very well. Here's the question for today.
Here it is.
Wolves finished with all, I believe, at one point on the night. I think at the end of the game, they had 4 Gomez's on the pitch.
Yeah, I love that.
4 is good, isn't it?
That's good, isn't it?
So only 7 players weren't called Gomez.
And
they should sign more. Get Aurelio Gomez in goal.
Wow.
Imagine if they could get all the Gomez's. Get that.
Can we do a Gomez 11? Was that what you were after? No,
the band Gomez. The band Gomez. How many were in Gomez? I quite like them.
That's the sort of thing I should know on Virgin Radio. 2 till 6 game on all the goals as they go in.
I don't think you need to know
Never
how many
miss a goal.
people were in the...
Oh, yeah, and of course Gomez there with 6 different members and his Fleetwood Mac, 4 different members, 5 different members. That's why I won't keep the job.
Anyway, did you ever play in a team...
Pet Shop Boys now, 2 members.
I always thought the White Stripes needed more than 2 to make all that racket.
I agree,
Didn't they? Someone else is playing some music somewhere.
Barry Friday, Pat in Hemel says, thank you.
Barry Friday.
Nuno Espirito Sunday. They've started.
Get the whole week and the months of the year if you can. Forget my idea. It's not as good as that.
Tuesday. You won't beat that.
Yeah, my idea's not as good.
It is. You want it? It is.
We ever on a Sunday team where you had 8 Daves.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Which
then
Dave's that?
On the pitch is really hard.
Dave, you're coming off.
Dave, feet. So something like that. But
That's
also,
nice.
also, if you can do the whole days of the week, please. Igor Tuesday, Barry Friday. Keep those coming, please. Max and Charlie with you until 11 on the warm up with Travis Perkins.
Bowling Trav.
Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Andy Dawson, our Sunderland fan, host of 2 brilliant podcasts, Top Flight, Time Machine, Atletico Mints. He'll join us and we'll do some Sunderland in a bit.
4 in Gomez.
Declan Rice made a mistake, but Declan shows you how good he is. He didn't let it bother him. He was brilliant the rest of the game, and everybody makes mistakes. He put his hand up straight away. No, he's made a mistake, but after that, he was superb, absolutely superb, like he's been all season, by the way. And then the big plus point for the game was Gyökeres. It's got to be, because I thought without his goals, he played quite well, because he was always involved. He was making better runs. He was getting to more dangerous areas, but he took his goals very well. His first goal, if you look at his first goal, Al, it's a great first touch. You know, it's all about first touch in football. He gets out of his feet, and it's like it's the same motion. As he touched, he's run onto it and he pinged it, and the keeper's had no chance. And the last goal was very, very similar. I'm not going to compare him with Thierry Henry, but the way he played on the right back shoulder, and it was a really good pass through to him. He was strong, but then he cut inside and he just found that he passed it into the net, which he's got to do more often. But he was getting so much better areas. But as I said before, you can't just have one game like that, Al. You've got to do it week in, week out.
Well, and that's where Declan is so good. It's every game.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know he's very elegant, is he? He's an elegant player, right?
Yes, you've got to get him on the ball as much as you can. He's very, very, he knows exactly who's around him. Look, Odegaard's a great player as well, and it'd be interesting to see what he does. Odegaard was on the bench against Spurs. He come on. But I think Eze probably will keep his position because he scored 2 goals. Morning all, Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you on the warm-up until 11. Down the Newcastle fans. On the subject of 4 Gomez's playing for Wolves, Phil in Worcester says, don't forget 2 Buenos as well. Over half the team are Gomez or Bueno. And they didn't sign, they've got a young kid at Wolves, Kinder Bueno.
That's nice. A lovely joke.
Nice. Thanks so much. He's a great prospect.
You managed to nearly say it all without smiling while you said it.
Dan the Newcastle fan says, I once played in a Gaelic football team in Dublin. We fielded 4 Dave O'Reillys.
Oh, that's really strong,
a dream. Face, Greener, Butch and Wally. To us, no idea where any of the nicknames came from. So if you can beat that,
4 Dave O'Reilly. I don't think you beat 4 Dave O'Reillys.
4 Dave O'Reilly. There's 4 Dave O'Reillys. There's only 4. Yeah. Anyway, how does a VIP private suite for you and 11 mates for a day at the cricket sound this summer? Not you,
speaking
Charlie,
to me or the okay
to the listeners. Do you have 11 mates? Wow, good luck if you do. Thanks to Pitch Experiences, we're sending you to their super box at the Oval for England, Sri Lanka, ODI in total luxury. We're talking fine dining, your own personal mixologist, private balcony, and a Q&A with cricket legends while you watch the action. It's the ultimate summer day out.
This is a good price. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close 6th of March 2026 at 4 p.m. and that's when you need to answer your phone. If it rings, 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a TalkSPORT promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
Big game, 12:30 on TalkSPORT. Bournemouth versus Sunderland.
Cliver getting the better of Kearney. Oh! Pick that out! And in by Ami have never had it so good.
I think in 3-4 points you find 8-9 teams, so it's going to be a matter of who finishes in a good moment.
Sunderland 3, West Ham 0. Sunderland, promoted via the playoffs in May, are sitting in the Champions League places in the Premier League. West Ham United beat Sunderland by 3-1.
It's finished. Sunderland 1, Fulham 3. The referee just blowing the full-time whistle.
Sometimes you have bad days and you have to accept it.
Evan Nielsen from a tight angle and turned home at the back post. Looking for Diarra, gets the rebound and it's in. And Javi Diarra has got a second goal.
Yeah, let's do a bit of Sunderland with a friend of the station who has, two brilliant podcasts. Oh, yeah. Top Flight Time Machine with our mate Sam Delaney, Atletico Mints with Bob Mortimer as well. Andy Dawson is here. Andy, been
Hello,
a long time.
Andy.
How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah,
very well.
Really
nice
good.
to speak to you.
How is it? Like, you've had such a great season. I know it's kind of tapering off. Is that, do your expectations change so quickly that you're furious, or are you just going, hey, it's been great?
No, I'm not furious about it. It's kind of, it was always going to happen that there would be some kind of interruption in the superb form that we've had since the start of the season. We've lost the last 3 in the league, but 2 of those were against Arsenal and Liverpool, so you can't really complain too much. We lost at home against Fulham last weekend, and it was one of those bad day at the office sort of jobs. Yeah. We've had some players out, namely most of all Granit Xhaka, who has been our leader on the pitch throughout the season. He's been immense for us, and he's been out for kind of 3 or 4 matches now, but he's back. Should be back in today. We've got other injuries, but it's a little bit of an injury crisis. But fortunately, we've got cover in all the positions where players are injured, so we're okay for putting a team out. The squad's kind of almost at wafer thin point, but we've used different players in different positions throughout the season, which has been one of the features of the squad. And perhaps the enforced changes are going to be a bit of a shake-up, which maybe is what is needed anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah, people thought the slump might come during AFCON, didn't you? 'Cause you lost a lot of players to AFCON, but it seems to have been since they came back. But Regis Labrie, name of a choreographer, but a brilliant football manager.
I think name of an NFL linebacker.
I think, you think that. I think choreographer.
You think differently.
We think differently, Max. He's been brilliant and managed all those situations brilliantly.
Yeah, he has. Massively helped by the squad overhaul in the summer.
Yeah.
We brought in 15 or 16 new players, and for about 170 million, which is ridiculous, really, for Premier League overhaul like that. And it worked. It gelled from day one, which is either outstanding recruitment or a huge dollop of luck, or somewhere in between, which I think it's been somewhere in between. We've just kind of got lucky, and the players that we've brought in have just all hit the ground running in the Premier League. If you were saying to our fans, it's end of February and you've lost at home twice throughout the season, you'd be delighted with that. And we're about 2-3 points away from safety, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. And you can't argue with that when you look at how Premier League teams promote from the Championship have fared over the last 2-3 seasons. It's been brilliant.
You're level on points with Newcastle. Is the season now finish above them?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care, to be honest. I don't care about Newcastle, but that'll be nice. We've got them away at St James's in a few weeks. They've got a disgusting run of fixtures before then. They've got something like 6 games in 18 days before we play them, so that's going to be an advantage there. I just said I don't care about Newcastle, and I'm telling you all about the fixture.
I know exactly who they've got.
Yeah, right. The big thing for me, which isn't getting talked about very much, is the FA Cup run that we're on. We're in the 5th round next weekend. We've got Port Vale or Bristol City. We don't know yet. That's nice.
Yeah.
We don't know who we've got, but if we get through that, which fingers crossed we should do, we're in the quarters and we're 1 game away from another trip to Wembley. So that could be the kind of icing on the cake for the season if we're lucky.
Can we talk about your podcasts? So Top Flight Time Machine with our mate Sam Delaney, Atletico Mints with Bob Mortimer. Yeah. Forgive me, because I see Mints is releasing lots of specials at the moment. Is that still an ongoing thing? Where are you at with Mints?
Yeah, we're still doing it. We
Great.
we try to do one episode a month. Bob's dead busy doing loads of other things, but it's we're still at it. It's actually next weekend. Next Sunday is the 10th anniversary of the very first
Amazing.
episode.
Oh,
And I'm
So
do you know what? I walked past me last summer and I was like, I can't say, I'm just jealous you're mates with Bob Mortimer, Andy.
But that podcast is pretty revolutionary, It was the first properly funny podcast, football podcast, I think, about football that wasn't about football. You created something fresh and new, and obviously, I'm just in tears listening to that podcast over 10 years. Brilliant stuff.
We ran so that others could walk.
Yeah.
Let's say that. No, it's been the best fun to do. If somebody told 18-year-old me that I was going to get to work with Bob Mortimer for 10 years, I would have committed an act of violence.
What do people quote to you most? What do people say?
I get Warhammer. Roy Hodgson's obsession with Warhammer. Warhammer. I get people shouting that, or Jeremy Corbyn's catchphrase. I mean, what's Jeremy Corbyn doing on a football podcast? Jeremy Corbyn's podcast. Seeing you.
Seeing you.
I get that, but people are lovely.
Don't Pass the Vardy was always my favourite. Don't Pass the Vardy.
People are lovely. People have really took it to their hearts. They really love the podcast. So that's a great thing.
And Top Flight Time Machine, that's
Sam. Great.
It's Sam's more regular. Sam is less busy than Bob.
Sam must be miserable though.
Sam's a lot less busy than Bob. Yeah. So we do 5 episodes a week of that now. It's almost like a daily radio show.
Yeah.
It grew and grew during lockdown, and now we're at 5 a week. And but we try to keep it to like half an hour, so we're not impinging on people's day too much. But it's kind of like lots of mini podcasts within one podcast. Like on a Thursday, we're going through Roy the Rovers comic week by week.
Oh, great!
In the Melchester Odyssey, and we're up to episode 362 of that now. We do a thing called History Box, where we'll look back in history at a certain thing. Top Flight Tune Machine, we'll look at a top 40 chart of a certain date in time. And that's great fun as well. And again, we've got a small but dedicated audience, so it's loads of fun.
Brilliant.
We have a small and undedicated audience, Andy. So
I couldn't care less.
Thanks for coming on, Andy. Good stuff.
Brilliant. Thanks so much.
Andy Dawson there, host of Atletico Mints and Top Flight Time Machine. You're so right. There's times when I have been
just in tears.
Absolute lunacy.
It's two silly men.
Yeah.
Making each other laugh.
Yeah. Could that possibly work? How could that work? I've no idea. It's Max and Charlie with you till 11. Quite good far with join us in just a second. He's on Lay the Pan, because then he's going to be nervous for this next bit, because then he's going straight into a semi-final of How Tall Are They? It's not really fair to put him under this sort of pressure.
And he's got to go surfing.
He does it all on a surfboard. This is all brought to you with Travis Perkins. Of course it is. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Has Igor Tudor already bitten off more than he can chew? Is it strange to hear a Tottenham manager speaking about a small club mentality? This is him talking about the scale of the task ahead.
Very tough, but this is what I said before. I don't change my opinion. It is how is it. So daily work, focus, raise in all things we need to do. Physical condition, mentally, confidence, performance, and waiting the players to come back.
Is this the biggest job in terms of we would call it firefighting you've had?
Probably if I recognize the difficulties there are, probably yes. Probably yes.
You're still
but
confident?
It's even bigger challenge, even a bigger motivation to do this, and we do it. We do it, but I agree with you. Even not looking to the style now in this moment. So style need to be in the second moment. This because now it's a question of life and death. It's really the question that every game need to be prepared in that way. How we gonna take these points? One way, other way. In Italy they use the terms, like have a mentality of a small team. We use it in Italy that kind. So that's the key always. With the handles, with the willing, with the wish to have always motivation, like you play against bigger teams. So that's the start, of course. And then we work a lot of that. They are aware of everything.
Good morning, it's the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 11. Paul in Hart says, Max and Charlie, many years ago when I was a detective, I went with a colleague to Stornoway in the Outer Hebrides on a murder inquiry. I mean, if you didn't make a TV show out of this...
I feel like we may be getting... This might be the... This feels like This feels like a plot of a film.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a mini-series. It's a bleak mini-series.
Okay.
I think. In the evening, we met the island's deputy sergeant and 4 constables for a beer in the hotel bar. The sergeant, called Angus, introduced us to the others. This is Angus, 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 and Angus. There we are. You don't know? You're not having it?
I think it might be an actual thing. I don't know. Maybe Paul in Hearts is trying to trick us.
I don't. I believe Paul in Hearts.
It's like when people text in, sometimes they text in only fools and horses.
What, about a chandelier? I was in a house.
And that's what that and then they'll get read out.
I had a broom.
Ha ha! You read out something from Only Fools and Horses. Tim Vine's been in touch.
Hello, Tim Vine.
Morning, Tim. Lovely to have you guys back. We were here.
No, we were here last week.
We were here last week.
Thanks, Tim.
But thanks. I was just thinking about the phrase "all the goals as they go in."
Yeah.
It should be after they go in, surely. if it was as they go in, Adrian Durham, forget about it, the best in the business, would be some sort of magical goal predictor who cuts the games just before people scored.
No,
that's what he is, Tim. That's why he's the best in the game.
Yeah, he's a pedant. And we love it. Hello, Tim.
There we are.
Okay, let's have Kwaku Afari, please.
Yes, please.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Kwaku Afari with me. Kwaku Afari with me.
Hey, Kwaku.
How you getting on, guys?
Yeah, good, Kwaku.
Thanks. How's life?
Yeah, can't complain. Little one didn't really sleep great. So
that sounds like complaining. No one on this show.
What's that on your fridge? What's that on the front of your fridge there? If you've got to remember to do.
Just to-do list. Nothing too
to-do list. Okay.
No one on this show would complain about having kids. Anyway, where do you want to start? I mean, where do you want to start, Kwaku? Should we start?
Should we go?
Yeah, you go. You choose.
I'll do 12:30 kickoff. Bournemouth vs Sunderland. This has been a great season for Sunderland so far. They've gone off the boil a little bit, lost their last 3 games in the Premier League, and after having that incredible unbeaten home run in the league, they've lost their last 2 at the Stadium of Light. So I might be grateful that they're on the road against a Bournemouth team that are one of the most informed teams in the Premier League, unbeaten in their last 7 games, and have a real chance of qualifying for Europe. We are now in the final furlong. I think it's fine to start talking about teams' expectations for the end of the season, and Bournemouth really turned things around after a difficult winter period, and they're in striking distance of qualifying for European competition, which would be huge for Iraola and that club. And being at home today against the Sunderland team that are out of form, I expect Bournemouth to win this one.
Okay. What about Liverpool-West Ham? This is such a massive game at the bottom of the Premier League, and West Ham have a tough run of fixtures. I think it's Fulham, Villa and City after this. But Liverpool, if you look at how Liverpool play against Forest, they were lucky to get a win there. So West Ham have to go and get points. It's a stupid thing to say, but you take my point, Kwaku.
Yeah. They Liverpool were fortunate, and that win against Forest did West Ham a huge favour in terms of the relegation battle. They won't be looking to do West Ham any favours today at Anfield, and after Villa's loss yesterday against Wolves, I think the teams that are hunting Champions League qualification can maybe sniff a little bit of weakness and frailties surrounding Villa, and I think that Liverpool have kind of turned things around. They are still a little bit inconsistent, but in terms of results, they're now putting wins on the board more regularly, and I expect them to beat a West Ham side that have got their own ambitions, right? They're only 2 points from safety, 2 points away from Forest, who are in 17th place. So West Ham are not an easy out in recent weeks, but I just think Liverpool have a little bit too much for them at home.
Liverpool have only lost 2 in 20 games, and it feels like they've had this season where they're just trying to get to the end of the season from about 6-7 games in. It's been such a weird one for them. But they are 6th, they could win some cups, they could do all sorts, couldn't they? Newcastle v Everton is there anything?
Should they just not bother?
Should they bother? Just say let's have a draw and we can all go home.
No, Newcastle's still fighting for European qualification. Everton are firmly in mid-table, but David Moyes has done a great job there, and they have struggled.
Hang on, Everton are above Newcastle. You can't say Newcastle are going for Europe when Everton are mid-table. Everton are above them. That's not fair on Everton.
But look at Newcastle's results in recent weeks in terms of not just in the Champions League where they progressed to round 16, but also winning in the FA Cup against Aston Villa and winning in the league as well, where they've started to find form again. Whereas Everton, I looked at their game against Man United and they look like a team that are looking towards the end of the season, where I feel like Newcastle's still got a lot to play for. I know the league position suggests that Everton can still qualify for Europe and still can do big things this season, but I look at this Newcastle team as a team with a bit between their teeth. A game against Carabao, they didn't have to win. They did win in midweek, and I think they'll go on a little bit of a run towards between now and the end of the season and beat Everton today.
Burnley v Brentford. Burnley aren't dead for me. They're on 19 points. They win if they win today and Forest or West Ham lose. I think they're dragging people back into it. I don't think they're dead.
Yeah, well, Burnley can take a lot of solace from their performance and result against Chelsea last week. It's a game that I was at Stamford Bridge, and Burnley deserved the draw and could have got more. James Ward-Prowse came off the bench and made a big difference for Scott Parker's side, and they are still fighting. I think people have them and Wolves as down already, but we've seen crazy things happen in the Premier League this season already, and this is a Brentford side that coming off a poor result against Brighton, at home against Brighton. You expect Brentford to win that game, and they end up losing it. And Burnley in the last 2 games are unbeaten in the league. So let's see what happens. But if Burnley win today, then I might be with you, Charlie. They might not be dead yet.
I think they might be dead.
No, Brentford. I feel like Brentford are safe. So I feel like their adrenaline's gone. So they're on 40 points.
Okay, yeah.
Brentford, so they're safe. What were they trying to do this season? Stay up, right? With Keith Andrews and losing their manager and losing a couple of good, decent
Maybe you're
players.
right. I credit to Burnley that they haven't given up. At no point have they given up.
They're going to drag Spurs back into it, is what I'm saying,
please
Max.
don't. Leeds Man City, which is big for both sides for different reasons, Kwaku.
Yeah, this is huge. Weird things happen at Ellen Road, and I know so much is made about under the lights, but if you just think about big teams that have gone there, the subsequent events have been strange. It was the beginning of the end for Enzo Maresca when Chelsea got battered by Leeds at Ellen Road. You think about Mo Salah's post-match interview scrum that he did after Liverpool dropped points at Ellen Road, and Amram effectively sacked himself after Manchester United drew at Ellen Road. So this is not an easy place to go to, and teams really struggle. And the game against Man City, when it was Man City Leeds at the Etihad, Man City kind of had to adjust to Leeds' physicality, and that was the real turning point for Daniel Farke and this Leeds team. And they've gone on a great run since then, and they will stay up this season. And so Man City, they are the most informed team in the Premier League. We do expect them to win, but Leeds will make it very difficult, and Leeds have shown us this season that they can take points off of the very best teams in the league.
I don't think they're safe yet, Leeds. I think you're right. They've done really well, and you make a good point. That game at City, they're actually unlucky, weren't they, losing late on? Quick one on tomorrow. Your mob going to the Emirates. How do you see it?
Oh, Chelsea have got an awful record against Arsenal in recent seasons. The last time we've beaten Arsenal was 2021, the days of Thomas Tuchel and Romelu Lukaku, and Chelsea were the reigning European champions. That was 5 years ago, but it feels like a lifetime ago. I think Chelsea will go to the Emirates and make life difficult for Arsenal, and I do think Arsenal's legs are still shaky, still wobbly. I think the Spurs game could put it to one side because Spurs aren't a very good team. But I do ultimately expect Arsenal to beat Chelsea at the Emirates. Arsenal, they've got so much to play for, and this is a Chelsea team that they do struggle against Arsenal in all forms of variations over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
And looking forward to PSG in the Champions League, Kwaku?
Oh, goodness. It couldn't have been a worse draw for Chelsea. PSG and then potentially Liverpool if we make it through, and then potentially Man City or
Real or Bayern.
Or Bayern.
Yeah, Liam's going to do it. Liam Rossini beat all those, no problem. I think
so.
Well, I've brought it up before. Every time Chelsea won, I say every time. The last 2 times Chelsea won Champions League. In 2012, we changed our manager halfway through the season. Di Matteo replaced AVB, and in 2021, Thomas Tuchel replaced Frank Lampard and won the Champions League. So there's precedent for Chelsea doing it, but I just can't see us even beating PSG in the round of 16. We're not that team this season.
Give Spurs the trophy now. That's what I think. Might as well. Okay, Kwaku, stay where you are. Big semi-final for Kwaku Afari in just a second. Kevin says in Aberdeen, watching the station for the first time. Currently in hospital, having had my gallbladder removed. Hope you're okay. I listened since the beginning of Talk Radio with Alan Brazil, bumbling through his early shows. I wanted to shout out to the 2 teams that can't lead out tomorrow for their first league games of the season, Newton Hill Tornadoes and the Thunderbolts. Under 10s, 2016 there, or 2016s as they're called up in Scotland. Okay. Always pictured Charlie Baker as a heavy-set 60-year-old bald chap.
All right, yeah.
How wrong I could be.
Well, give it 10 years.
Do you reckon?
Heavy-set.
Heavy-set bald. You're
Maybe.
not going bald.
Well, you never know.
You could do. You never know. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
We will see.
Well, look, good luck to you, Kevin. Hope you're feeling better. We'll do
What does your gallbladder do, Max?
It's a good question. And
gallbladder sounds like the new Sunderland manager when Regis LeBron.
Do you think so? Gallbladder.
Got gallbladder out of Sparta Prague.
I don't know what it does. I don't know. It's a plumbing issue, isn't it? And I don't know much about plumbing. Gallbladder. We'll look it up in the break. Helps the body digest fat, I'm told.
Yeah,
there we go. We're all here learning. Anyway, it is Max and Charlie here until 11. Kwaku Afari versus Nigel Adderley, and how tall are they next?
just bought in a packet of disco salt vinegar, which I smashed down in that break. We've talked about crisps before. We won't go there necessarily. Unbelievable packet of crisps.
I think they could be their top 3 for definite. They could be Mount Rushmore, then.
Oh yeah, 100% Mount Rushmore. Yeah. The problem with that, and like all things now, I was going to say crisps, but all like Twix, Snickers, crisps, everything's smaller now.
No, but usually I grab these but usually there's a bigger bag than this.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What does it say? What's that? It's 55. Oh, 55p for that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I don't think that was that bad. But it says underneath RRP.
Yeah.
What's that?
Retail price.
Okay, 55p.
Yeah. What do you think it was like? They're going to die. Rest in peace.
Nah. There's a couple of items in the shop that I bought it from.
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously not going to name what the shop is.
Yeah.
It says like, it says on the can, not for single sale.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you sending single Cokes then?
Were they doing that?
Yeah, I never tell you it is.
You can't do that.
I'd never ever say where it's from, but that I don't mind
that.
that.
An actual shop?
Yes.
Around here?
Not for. Oh, I'm telling you, not for individual.
So you can tell me where is it? Is it downstairs or across the road?
No, it's not around here.
So it is.
It's the shop I go to. How can you sell them? Not for individual sale.
You know what that means, right?
What?
You know why it says it on that?
Yeah, because it's in a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's opening
Cool.
a pack.
So I knew that. I ain't got a problem with that.
No, I ain't got a problem with that at all. Yeah.
We all got to earn a living, right?
We've all got.
Andy in Folkestone, gallbladder is Sepp's brother.
Oh, beautiful.
Really nice.
That's very
yeah,
nice.
so, your organ footballers as well. Ian Hart, David Livermore, Tom Brady. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway.
Laura, married to a miserable Spurs fan. Hi, guys. Amazing show. Thank you, Laura. I have a scenario. What happens if Spurs get relegated? Could happen. But also win the Champions League. Has that ever happened before? Quite Spursy, wouldn't it?
It's quite Spursy. Interestingly, on Laura, and I don't know if this is linked, but we had a text from someone saying he was going out with 4 Lauras at the same time. Yeah. Wayne says, in my early 20s, when I had much more energy, I was in casual relationships at the same time with Laura, and Laura. Not a boast, it just happened. Prided myself on never getting their names mixed up. So maybe one of that Laura is one of the Lauras.
Were they all Cilla Black's friends?
Hey, let's play How Tall Are They? It's the semi-final first leg at home today. Love to Nigel, love Nigel Adderley.
Come on over, Adderley. Woo! Adderley! Adderley!
Welcome, Nigel. Love
to Nigel.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Nigel. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I was just thinking of organ footballers. Have you had Gary Spleen?
No, we haven't had Gary Spleen.
Very nice, very
stuff.
nice.
Thank you
Very
so
good,
much. Just
thank
text that to 81089, Nigel. We'll read it out.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. Up against Quaku Forest again. Let's bring him back on, Quaku.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Quaku and Furry with me.
How you feeling, Quaku?
Yeah, good. This is going to be a tough matchup, but I'm ready.
Okay.
2 legs. You know it's 2 legs. It isn't just on this, don't you? So
I thought semi-finals were 8 legs.
it might be. We haven't worked out what to do after the final yet.
All right, come on, let's get on with it.
Come on, guys.
Semi-final. This is so... I mean, this is the business end, right, isn't it? Just the pressure. If you can get a good lead in the first leg, maybe rest some heights in the second leg ahead of the final.
You could
be
easily.
huge, couldn't it? Okay, here we go. Let's play. Let's play.
Let's play.
Let's play.
Oh, let's play.
Okay, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, here we go then, Nigel, you're at home. It's after the winner of the Ashton Gorton by-elections, a plumbing heights. Here we go, plumbing footballers. How tall, Nigel Adderley, is Luka Modric? Luka Modric. How tall is Luka Modric?
He is short. I'm going to say 5'7".
5'7", Kwaku Afari.
I'm going to say 5'8".
Oh, let's go 7 now. Everybody's learning now. Who with me?
There we go. It's a big goal away from home.
Nigel, could I just say 5'8" is the average height of a British male? But anyway,
Yeah, all right, Charlie. We've heard this before, yeah.
What's it like being short?
Kwaku Afari. I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking.
Oh, dear.
I'm getting shorter. I'm going to be a tiny little old man.
A foot a year.
Amazing.
Here we go.
Kwaku Afari. How tall is Leighton Drains? It's plumbing footballers. Leighton Baines. How tall is Leighton Baines?
I'm going to say 5'9".
5'9". Nigel Adderley. Love to Nigel.
5'11".
He's 5'7". It's 1-0 to Kwaku Afari.
Tiny little man. Nigel Adderley. How tall is Paul Hawksby voice? I'll just get me Rods Wallace. How tall is I'll just get me Rods Wallace?
Well, you're going for the shorter end today, aren't you? I'd say 5'9".
5'9". Kwaku Afari, Rod Wallace. Before your time.
Yeah, before I'm going to say 5'8".
5'7". Still 1-0 to Kwaku Afari.
Do you often go for the shorter end, Nigel? Anyway, here we go. Ange.
Well, I'm plumbing, yes.
Later. Here we go.
Slow down, Charlie. We're getting through.
We're getting.
Roy Spleen says this text. Brian Kidney.
Roy Spleen is.
Guts Poirier.
That's good.
Really nice.
I always mix Charlie up with that comedian goalkeeper bloke who sports Grimsby. That's Lloyd Griffith. Very nice man.
He is nice, yeah. Esophagus Poyet. So, wait, who knew that Gus Poyet was such a versatile organ footballer? Anyway,
very nice.
That's padded out the
nice one. Here we go. Kwaku Afari. How tall is Ange Postecoglou? Ange Postecoglou.
Ooh, Ange. I think he probably lost a few inches in his age. I think he's probably 5'9".
5'9". Nigel Adderley. Love to Nigel.
Well, I've interviewed him, and he's certainly taller than me. I'm 5'10", so I'm going to say 6 foot.
Well, you're absolutely wrong. He's 5'10".
5'10".
It's 1-0 Kwaku Afari.
Maybe
I was cowering.
Maybe he was where you were wearing platforms.
Boots.
Maybe Nigel was wearing platforms.
He was taller than here. Nigel said, I'm 5'10", and he was taller than me.
Yeah. But then if Andrew was wearing platforms, Nigel's in the platforms, isn't he? Because if Andrew was in the platforms, he'd be shorter. Unless Andrew was in the platforms and Nigel was on stilts. We don't know. Does Nigel Adderley he's always on stilts?
Nigel was saying Andrew was taller than him.
He was, yeah. So think about it.
So Andrew needs to be in the platforms.
No, he doesn't. Because if he's in the platforms, then he's shorter. Because when he interviewed him... right?
My brain's not... Carry on.
The dog sat here asking for a walk.
Stilts, what's that about? I might do that as a bit, my open mic slot. Okay, so look, still 1-0 to Kwaku Afari.
Stan Bowles. Thank you.
How tall, Nigel? The late great Alan Ballcock.
Lovely.
Oh, he was short. 5'6".
5'6", Kwaku Afari.
5'7".
What a massive equaliser right at the end!
Right at the last minute. Back stick. Douche. Adelaide!
So look, perfectly poised. We knew two great players It was obviously going to be like that.
Should have been, David Morecambe's got a point, should have been Anne Postecoglou.
Oh, Anne Postecoglou.
Sorry, but great show anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Off to Five Live.
We have let ourselves down. Thank you, Dave. You are now the producer of the show. Hey, good stuff, everybody. Good point. Are you happy with that, Nigel? You needed that last-minute goal.
Yeah, I think we'll take that. We had to score today. Obviously, no away goals going to Quakers for the second leg. It's going to be tough, but we're still alive.
Quaker Ferry, tough place. You have to surf there as well. Quaker, you okay with that?
No, got to do that. I've got to hold on to that lead, and it's going to be a good second leg. So we'll see how it plays out.
Okay, look, very calm after that, isn't he? He's letting that
got all
go.
the heights written on his front of his fridge. Every footballer.
Every footballer's height. There are so many.
I know.
I can think of 7.
I know at least 3 footballers, so...
There we go.
I'm saying that. Please don't ask me.
You can't have Glenn Hoddle. Oh, no! There we go. Nigel Adderley won. Kwaku Afari won. The other semi-final. Who's in the other semi-final? Perry Groves versus Graham Courtney. Oh, that's good.
Guilty.
See you in 25 years. Perry, well, I mean, we all know who we want to win that, but there we go. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Kwaku. Thank you for your time.
Cheers, guys. Have a good week.
Well played, both of you. So what a game that was.
Super game, wasn't it?
What are we doing afterwards? Hang on. So we've got the not what we're doing after that bit. I know Lars is coming up in 1 minute. I think what we're doing after, how tall are they?
We don't know.
A production meeting?
We've been saying many things.
Because this is like a year and a half we've been doing this.
I know. But, we either go with it again or we bring back something we've done before or we come up with something new. But it's quite hard to come up with these ideas.
Mark says, when I was in college in the US in the late 80s, I dated 4 girls named Jennifer. Of course you did it in the States. Yeah. Jen, 2 N's, Jenny and Jenny with an I. There you go.
Very nice.
Can you say sphincter Lindelof?
I don't know if you can say sphincter.
Okay, well, let's not say sphincter. I think you can. It's just a part of the body.
Science.
It's science.
You're allowed to say it.
It's all science,
and
everybody.
Testicoglou.
No,
don't know if you can say that. I don't know
it
if you can say that one.
Come on. We're adults. Lars Stevenson joins us next.
I really don't understand why a manager has to have previous experience in the environment that he's going into. You all appeal for the best in class. How did that work at Manchester United with Van Gaal, Mourinho and Rangnick, says Paul. And morning, guys.
Well, 2 of them won trophies.
Southgate could only handle the British players. Foreign players wouldn't have the same respect for him. They wouldn't be enticed to play for Manchester United. He wouldn't have the pulling power. He'll be a failure to be at Manchester United. Abby is a Manchester United fan in Glasgow. Matthew says, a great show again. For me, Southgate is the next Crystal Palace manager, potentially European football again next year, has potential to do similar to what Emery has done at Villa and take them into top 4 contention. Supportive chairman and his former club, says Matt in Glasgow.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
He's had a good old freak out.
Count to 10 addicts.
Yeah. He's not a happy boy there. Because you asked him.
No, I'm not happy boy because you didn't want to have the same debate we've had over and over again, and then you had the same debate we've had over and over again. I tried to.
You two did. I told you not to do that, but you did it anyway.
But as well, on a serious note, though, how much does Gareth Southgate want to manage?
Well, that's one of the key
really
questions, actually.
Then, like.
Because I've always had the impression that he doesn't want to go back into it unless it's a job that he cannot turn down.
Yes.
Because the pressure was so high on him. And I remember speaking to him after he'd resigned from England and he was over in on a holiday, chilling out, and he was like, I've got absolutely no desire to come back. No desire. I just need the time off.
I can imagine it's a lot of pressure.
All that pressure. It's all the pressure, all the attention. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. Your whole life is completely ensconced in analysing players and thousands of them over the course of... the year.
The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules are sold to us as financial fair play, a way to keep clubs from going bust. But there are those who feel it's starting to look a lot like a system that protects the big boys and keeps the rest in their lane. Here's how it works and why people feel that way. So clubs can only lose 105 million quid over 3 years, which sounds fair, but here's the kicker. Your limit includes how much you earn. So if you're one of the traditional top 6, you've got massive global revenue streams and you can spend way more while still technically following the rules. Meanwhile, ambitious clubs who've got money like Newcastle, Villa or Forest, well, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Want to buy world-class talent? Well, PSR says to them, your owner might have the money, but you're not making enough in shirt sales in Asia for that. The Magpies won their first domestic trophy since 1955, qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what's happened there. Nottingham Forest tried to invest to survive, they did that, but they got punished anyway. Meanwhile, clubs like Spurs, until last season, hadn't won a trophy in over 18 years, but because they rake in cash from the new stadium, they get a much bigger PSR allowance than a newly promoted club who are just trying to stay up. And let's not forget the loopholes these big boys are exploiting. Chelsea found the trick with those long contracts, selling the women's team. City are masters of related party sponsorships. Etihad this, Etisalat that, all within the rules, and fair play to them for capitalising on those opportunities. But what about the smaller clubs? They don't have that luxury. Now look, financial sustainability matters. Nobody wants another Bury or Morecambe situation. But there's increasing concern that rather than levelling the playing field, the current rules cement the existing hierarchy. So what's the solution? Well, either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons while the rest play musical chairs for 7th. And that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
Morning all. Welcome to the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 11. Brought to you with Travis Perkins. Do what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Always time for time difference. We'll do that in a bit. We'll do a bit of Leeds with the author Daniel Chapman. He has a lovely voice, by the way, Daniel Chapman. He does. Right now, though, we'll cross to Scott Minty Minto as well. Not right now. That's in a bit. Sorry to warn you, Scott. Is that what? I'm just previewing what's coming up in this excellent
trailing
programme.
Ahead,
I am,
like it.
yes.
Very good.
Yeah, I learnt it at Bruno Brooks Radio School. And right now, it's Lars Iverson time. With Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
On talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Well, this could be the
Lars.
This could be the Lars. Be the last time. I don't know.
Welcome, Lars Iverson. Do you know what's funny, Lars? Is that Charlie's a really good singer. But when he comes into this studio, I don't know what happens. Do I drag him down?
I think he was making a point this week. What point that is, it's kind of hard to tell, but a point was being made. Let's see if we can...
I wasn't making any point. Not making any point at all.
Fine. You should make some more points. Then you get. You could get one of those. You could get one of those opinionated shows.
Oh yeah, I'd like.
You could get one of those strong opinion shows.
Oh, I tell you who I don't like.
Tell me
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, people who eat white chocolate, I can't stand them.
It is it is sweet, isn't it?
It is too much. It's too. The white Magnum is the worst Magnum. If you're going to do a mini Magnum selection, put more almond ones in.
Okay.
We don't want more white Magnums.
Is this a bit?
No, I'm just saying.
Charlie's tour.
Ask me now.
Charlie's
tour on sale
tour.
now.
Exactly.
Go get it. Tour on sale now, UK.
I have to get my tickets back after that bit. Hey, Lars, where do you want to start? Can we start actually with the Arsenal-Chelsea game tomorrow, if that's acceptable?
Frankly, I'm still reeling from that very controversial mini Magnum take from Charlie Baker.
I'm trying to move on from that.
I did. Oh yeah, we're trying. Yeah. That's sort of taking me aback. No, I think Arsenal-Chelsea is very interesting. Feeling is, I guess a lot of people felt since they got through the North London derby in such comfortable swashbuckling fashion in the end, Arsenal are fine now. The recent wobble, the losing points against Brentford and Wolves, that's out the window now. Everything is good. That might be true. And regular listeners will know that I do consider Arsenal to be the best team in the league. I think the numbers bear that out and have done all season. Here's the thing about the game against Spurs. Arsenal did try to mess that up. They did do their best to mess that up. After the goal, after they took the lead, then Declan Rice just inexplicably gives the ball away in his own half. And these are the kind of mistakes that Arsenal have been making recently. And these are the mistakes that have gotten me so puzzled. We talked about this last weekend. All the numbers suggest Arsenal are the best team in the league. They shouldn't have to worry, but they've been making these weird errors. They made one of those weird errors against Spurs. They let Spurs back into the game. Now, it just so happens Spurs are currently so bad that they were not able to really capitalize on that. They got their goal, but, Arsenal soon asserted themselves. And then we get a 4-1 win, and then everything is fine. But I do wonder, this sort of strange run of very, very good players who have been good all season, making completely inexplicable individual mistakes, which has been going on at Arsenal a little bit. I'm not sure that run has fully ended. Maybe the confidence they got from beating Spurs will have kind of improved the confidence basically in the squad since that's possible. But it is something to keep an eye out for, I think.
I mean, you mentioned Spurs there. They go to Fulham tomorrow, 2:00. It feels absolutely enormous, this game. And people going, well, this is a game you could win, and you could, but Fulham just went to Sunderland and won.
Yeah,
they've got
won well.
They've got Harry Wilson, who I'm presuming he's fit. I haven't checked, but is one of the best players in the league at the moment. They're a good, well organised, confident football team, and they are three things that Tottenham aren't, Lars.
Yeah, I think big news is it seems like both Pedro Porro and Kevin Danzo are going to be back for Spurs. Kevin Danzo important because if Igor Tudor wants to play with three centre halves, it helps to have three fit centre halves. I mean that's yes, quite good. You want that, and I think Pedro Porro. All joking aside, this formational switch, I think Pedro Porro could be one of the big winners there because Pedro Porro is a really good football player. Like he can pass the ball. He's got a good delivery. Not always an amazing one-on-one defender. As my father used to be a goalkeeper at sort of like serious, let's call it serious amateur level in Norway. I think he's got a couple of games from my hometown club, the club Erling Haaland started out on. And my father cannot stand Pedro Porro. He absolutely hates him. And I think the reason is, as an old school goalkeeper, you just want your right back to be in the right place and don't let the winger go past and do the and Pedro Porro doesn't always do that. But of all the players in the back line Spurs have got, he's the one who can really move the ball forwards. He's this technical, skillful guy, can play some passes. And if you put him at wing back, you sort of take some of that defensive responsibility away from him. Mm-hmm. I do think really clutching at straws, looking for positive Spurs takes. I do think the Igor Tudor change of formation can really bring out something in Pedro Porro. That's where I'm at with this. In terms of where Spurs are getting their wins from, I mean, they do have, in a couple of weeks, they have a run of fixtures where they play. It's actually after the Atletico Madrid double tie and the away game to Liverpool. After that, they got Forest, Sunderland, Brighton, and Wolves, and that's kind of the run in late April or late March, early April, where you think the points will come. And I feel like things that are the next couple of games, this game against Fulham, against Palace, is kind of still Igor Tudor figuring things out, still people getting people fit. But it'll be very interesting to see what Igor Tudor's Tottenham's team looks like when they're playing a team that's not Arsenal, when they're playing a team that's not top of the league. Reports in the press that he's been working them very, very hard in training. Is a sort of mid-season aggressive training boot camp very good when your entire half of your squad is already injured? I mean, that does seem to me seems like a recipe for muscle injuries. But no, fingers crossed. We'll see.
It is Liverpool v West Ham in the Premier League tomorrow. That's this afternoon. Liverpool have won. Have only lost 2 in their last 20. They've won their last 2 games 1-0, and they've not gone 3 games in a row without conceding since Arne Slot first took over. That's the stat I learnt.
Interesting stuff, Charles. I'm shocked.
Could West Ham break that, or will they just help that to happen?
Can I just throw something in there? In Liverpool's last 7 games at home at Anfield in the league, they've only won 3 of them. And I think 3 wins and 7 at home at Anfield for Liverpool is not good. I'm pretty sure that's not that.
I said earlier they've been sort of stumbling towards the end of the season. They just wanted the end of the season to come since about 7 games in.
Well, they can't really afford to stumble because they need that Champions League place, and that is by no means guaranteed. I mean, with Villa losing again, the Villa unraveling seems to be happening, and that gives hope for Liverpool and in terms of getting a Champions League spot. But they need the points. Now that they've drawn against Burnley, drawn against Leeds, there've been some underwhelming performances at Anfield, and West Ham. And this makes the relegation battle even spicier. West Ham are really good against Bournemouth. I didn't watch the game as it unfolded. I just saw it was 0-0 and it was all right. But then you watch extended highlights and you look at the stats from that game and you go, wow, that West Ham were doing stuff against Bournemouth. That's on the back of drawing against the in-form United team. West Ham have actually only lost 1 in the last, I think it is 8 now in all competitions. So West Ham are kind of, Nuno is figuring something out there. Signs are that Nuno Espirito Santo has made something click. They go to a Liverpool team that has been vulnerable at home. I don't think this is an open and shut case at all.
Yeah. I think
I'm feeling a draw now. You've spoken, Lars.
I think this could. I did watch Liverpool last weekend, and against Forest, that was not a good performance at all.
And Forest were good. Forest were good, weren't they? They go to Brighton tomorrow. Just looking at the bottom of the table, 2 points above West Ham in 17th, 2 points behind Tottenham. And Brighton did get a really big win for them last weekend, but Forest can go there and get something for sure.
I think they can. I think they need to find. It seemed like under Sean Dyche, Forest were spending a lot of time getting the ball wide and then crossing it into the box where there was not really a striker who enjoyed attacking crosses. So there's a lot of crosses to no one in particular. And against Liverpool, again, finishing seemed to be an issue. They got through the tie against Fenerbahce with that. They lost at home, but of course they had a 3-0 win to ride from the away leg. There is so much quality in this Forest team. Like, they shouldn't be where they are. But we have been saying that for a few months now. But like a midfield of Elliot Anderson and Sangare should not be in the relegation battle. Those are 2 very good midfielders. The Gibbs White as well. But the issue, one of the issues at least, has been exactly where the goals are coming from. I think they're against Brighton. You would think that they have quite a lot of pace on the counter, Nottingham Forest, and you can imagine them getting in behind Brighton a little bit.
We're going to do a bit of Leeds in just a second, but from a Man City perspective, Ellen Road under the lights is difficult, but they just, title race terms, they just absolutely have to win.
So this is the stat, isn't it? The stat of the week is that Leeds have apparently, is that they've not lost in 25 under the lights specifically. It's when the lights are on. Leeds have been good in general since that change of formation back in December. They have a lot of big, strong guys, and I think the only thing you'd say is that Arsenal put up a little bit of a benchmark in the title race here, because Arsenal went to this game and we said it that morning that like that's a difficult one that's gonna, and they just kind of won quite casually. Can City do the same? Not entirely sure. I've noticed there's some rumors on social media, and I'm going to flag this up very clearly as rumors rather than like clever inside information. But some rumors that Erling Haaland may not start here, which would be very interesting, because of course they are quite reliant on him for goals going away to a difficult Leeds game. Also doesn't seem like an open and shut case. Like, I've said that twice now. could be a fun day. Could be an upset-heavy Premier League day. Maybe that's what we're forecasting.
Open and shut cases are. I mean,
the open and shut cases are. Got to bring in
Detective Siverton. It's another open and shut case. Put him in the slammer.
Well,
Get the dread of Judge Courtney.
Detective Siverton keeps saying this isn't an open and shut case.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not what probably not what you want from a detective.
The worst detective. I still got no leads. He says.
If this was my sort of Poirot summary in the last chapter, the conclusion is like I'm not really sure, and that's not quite what you want from a detective, though. It would be novel.
The XC, the expected crime is high, isn't it? Jim in Belfast writes, Lars, hi guys, Jim. Love the show. Please tell Lars he's one of the nicest people to ever listen to on the radio.
Wow.
He's funny
So nice.
and articulate and very knowledgeable.
That's true.
That
All true.
Sounds like
that's an open and shut. That is an open and shut.
Sounds like you sent that. You sent that.
Send that yourself. Just say Jim in Belfast.
Thanks, Lars. Good stuff.
No, that was very nice. That made me feel very happy.
Oh, good. That's what we're here for.
I'll go into the rest of my day with a spring in my step.
There we go.
Go and have a white
Magnum.
Magnum.
Weekend, everyone.
While the world burns, we are trying to make occasional people happy. Hilarious, says Richard. You quoted going to Bruno Brooks Radio School and immediately messed it up. Yes, I was late with the Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Wow. Words from our sponsors. So may I say...
That's what they teach you at the Brooks.
That was a look ahead. Yeah, make it yourself. Have a thing. And mine is mess it up. Let's look ahead to some of the players we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with the great people of Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
England striker Ivan Toney joined Drive Today's show and was asked whether he wants to see Arsenal win the title.
Arsenal fans hate me as it is, so I can't say too much. But now, I do want them to win. I think it's boring City winning all the time. It would be nice for us, another team to win. Also, a couple friends at Arsenal also. So I think, it'll be special for them. Obviously being so close for so long, and hopefully they can finally get over the line. But I think they know City have been there, done it. So City have that little advantage, but I feel like Arsenal maybe can do it this time.
Yuck. That's what I'm going to say. Do not want Arsenal winning the title. I'm a Chelsea fan, right? It's the way it should be, right? It's the way it should be, Dina. Don't look at me like that. I don't want Arsenal winning the title, mate. All right? I've said all season they will, and I fear I'm going to be proven right. All right? I don't want to win the title.
Right. I thought the massive London derby was Spurs-Tottenham. Spurs-Arsenal.
Yeah, right? They're North London derby, yeah.
So who's Chelsea's biggest rivals? Spurs?
In London, Spurs. I mean, they say Fulham and QPR and Brentford. They're not. No.
So why do you hate Arsenal then?
No, I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want Arsenal win the title.
Why?
Because they're London. I don't want anyone in London doing well. Someone's got to win the Premier League title. Give it to Man City.
Morning all, Max Ross and Charlie Baker with you until 11 today. How does a VIP private suite for you and 11 mates at the Cricket sound this summer?
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, you can't have it, Charlie, but the listeners can. Thanks to Pitch Experiences, we're sending you to their Super Box at the Oval for England Sri Lanka One Day International. Fine dining, your own personal mixologist. Cricket's changed. Private balcony Q&A with cricket legends while you watch the action. The ultimate summer day out. Here's how to win, Charlie.
Yes, for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 03434187260. Lines close 6th of March 2026, 4 p.m, and that's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a TalkSport promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
Good luck, everybody. Right, what are we doing now? Let's do a bit of Leeds United.
Yes, please.
They played Manchester City today, 5:30 kickoff. Daniel Chapman, author and filmmaker and Leeds fan, joins us. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, lovely friends. We okay?
Nice to chat.
Very good, Daniel.
As always, we're talking a lot about this Leeds under the lights phenomenon. You're just unbeatable as soon as you turn the floodlights on.
Wow, showbiz.
It goes back a long way. It's nothing new. Do you know about Leeds having the tallest floodlights in Europe?
Oh,
I didn't, and I'm fascinated.
Well, they're not there anymore. But this, I think it's part of the heritage, and probably you can feel it when they switch them on now, because they used to be the tallest in Europe, 260 feet, and diamond. They had a diamond shape to all the halogen lights at the top, which they've replicated with the ones that they have now, a little nod to the past. I don't know, from my good friend John Howe wrote The History of Elland Road, 8% of Elland Road, wonderful book. So I cribbed from him the fact that each bulb, each of the 5,500 kilowatt bulbs in the 1970s gave out as much heat as a normal 2-bar electric fire.
Wow.
So it's no wonder teams can't cope.
No, absolutely. But I mean, it does have that. It's such a cliche about certain clubs, but it does have that feel. Like whenever you see it, you can just hear. There are some stadiums you can hear through the telly, and Elland Road is one of those.
I think not being in the Premier League for 16 years helped us in some way, because all the things that gradually impacted atmospheres in Premier League stadiums throughout that time just didn't happen to Leeds. We were in League One for some of that. We were in the Championship for a long time. And tourists weren't really visiting Elland Road in the days of Dave Hockaday or Darko Milanic. So we've come back to the Premier League. When we came before in 2020, nobody could get in because of COVID. And then all the ideas about rebuilding the stadium or redeveloping the West Stand, which they're going to do now, couldn't happen then because we were very soon back in the Championship. So you've got a fan base that really has paid no attention and been very not affected in the way that some Premier League clubs have by the Premier League, just having a rocking good time. So it is a bit of a throwback in that sense. Everybody should get relegated for 16 years. Maybe if Tottenham are struggling with their atmosphere at the new White Hart Lane, this is the kind of thing that could reboot a stadium.
Well, you find the real fans, don't you? I feel like they've been the beneficiary of failure in many ways. For Daniel Farker as well, he sort of learned from his previous mistakes at other clubs, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's true, and he's adapted a lot better this season than I think a lot of fans thought he might. There was a bit of fear. I was worried at the start of the season when we lined up with it looked like the same as what he'd done with Norwich that had taken them down once under him, and then the next time he did half a season. But then since the Manchester City away game in particular, there's been the evidence that he's had more ideas and an ability to change it that I don't think many Leeds fans were crediting him with, but that he must have been quietly working on behind the scenes, because you don't just flick a switch and change your team at half time. But I think half time away at Manchester City was the moment when maybe the things they've been working on, it was like, well, it's now or never. We give some of these other ideas a go. And since then, we've been the tactically most flexible Leeds United I've seen in a long time. Joe Rodon bombing up the right wing is not something I think anyone was predicting when we were grinding out wins in the Championship for the previous 2 seasons, which I think is part of it as well. Big change from winning every week to working out how to not lose every week is a lot of work, and we seem to be doing better than a lot of the teams, a lot better than some people expected.
Yeah, I don't think even Joe Rodon was expecting to be doing that. I mean, the thing is, you're still not safe, right? It's still, you do have a little bit of a buffer, 6 points off West Ham, but it can all change very quickly, because there is a sort of feeling, Leeds are great and they'll be fine, and yet you're just 2 points against Spurs, above Spurs, who are the worst team that have ever existed. So you just can't relax, I guess.
No, there's something about the feeling of things, though, which is that Leeds just don't feel like a team that's ready to get relegated. When you look at every other team down the bottom is in some classic hell, and that Leeds somehow down there with them having quite a nice time. And I think that has an effect because people are not going crazy. I saw the end of the Aston Villa game last night. Aston Villa are in third and they're arguing off because you shouldn't be losing to Wolves if you're trying to win the league. But there's not really a lot of it is just keeping the draws ticking over. They're not very sexy. And there is obviously the statistics about dropping points after the 85th minute in so many games. But there's not been the real kicks in the teeth. We've been giving a lot of the kicks out and leaving games thinking, well, one, that was a really good game, which I think is a factor as well. Most of the matches at Elland Road have actually been good games. And then just the togetherness, it's very different from the days when Sam Allardyce was coming into the team, when we had Weston McKennie rolling around the pitch, not wanting to be there. And that was a team that was destined for relegation from, the final day against Spurs when we conceded in the first 90 seconds. Like, yes, this is how the season has been. Whereas I just don't see those kind of things happening to Leeds until a month from now. They have, and then we're all very upset.
Yeah, and once you've played Man City, you've more or less played all the hard teams as well. You're playing a lot of the bottom four in your run in, and you're still in the cup v Daniel Farke's Norwich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, winning the FA Cup would be a weird thing to do.
A Leeds Sunderland FA Cup final would be a lovely throwback, wouldn't it?
That'd be nice.
Oh, no, it wouldn't, because we wouldn't hear the end of them winning it in 1973. We'd have all the footage of that fluky save and running across the pitch. And there's too much on that. We've got to deal with them on Tuesday in the league. Playing them 3 times seems a bit much. But yeah, we don't have seasons where we just randomly win a cup. We've never been that kind of club. It's always been glory years or nothing. So finishing like 15th, 16th with winning the FA Cup, I'm not sure how I would really feel about it.
Yeah.
I'd probably enjoy it. I think that's what happens at an FA Cup final when you win, is you end up having a really good time. But at the moment, as I say, it feels a little bit too odd.
Well, if you ask Kevin Day, what happens is that all happens and then you fall down the stairs.
Love to Kev. Hey, John Boy says, Daniel Chapman, great Leeds historian. Nickname is Moscow White. Cheers from John.
Thank you, John.
So there you go. Nice. We're handing out compliments willy-nilly. We haven't got any, but that's all right.
For us.
The thing you're doing at the moment, leedsista.com. That's right, isn't it, Daniel? For
that's
Leeds fans. So leedsista.com if you want to read all of Daniel's stuff. Thank you, pal. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks very much.
Daniel Chapman there. Leeds City tonight, 5:30 kickoff. We'll keep you across that, of course, on talkSPORT. It's Max and Charlie with you until 11. Lee Phelps joins us in just a second. We'll chat to Scott Minty Minto as well. He's at the Vitality for Bournemouth Sunderland. Always time for time difference too.
That's a fantastic draw for Arsenal, really, to be in that part of the draw as well, because not only have they got Leverkusen, they then play the winners of Sporting and Bodo Glimt, so they've got a great run. In fact, it could be that you could get a North London derby in the semi-finals of the competition if everything goes to plan. but their potential opponents in the quarterfinals, should they beat Leverkusen, Arsenal, would end up being Bodø Glimt or Sporting, and then they would face the winners of the quarterfinal, which is between Newcastle, Barcelona, or Atletico Madrid against Tottenham. So the draw in full then: Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea, Galatasaray against Liverpool. The winners of those two ties will play each other in the quarterfinals of the competition. Real Madrid will take on Manchester City, and Atalanta will play Bayern Munich. The winners of those two ties will meet in the quarterfinals. So we could have a Manchester City Bayern Munich reunification with Vincent Kompany in the quarterfinals of the competition, or we could have Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, some of the most prolific champions in Champions League history, meeting at the quarterfinal stage. Newcastle and Barcelona is the next fixture that came out of the hat. They will face the winners of Atletico Madrid and Tottenham Hotspur in the quarterfinals, and then Bodø Glimt Sporting and Leverkusen Arsenal completes the draw. Well, certainly Arsenal have come out more favourably than anybody else.
Incredible.
That's incredible. I mean, they've got to at least get to the semi-finals for me, if not the final itself. It couldn't have gone any better from a Gunners' perspective.
Morning all, you are listening to the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 11. And we obviously, most of our listeners from the UK, we have listeners all around the world, don't we? Yeah. And the Foreign and Commonwealth and Development Office, the UK government, have just tweeted due to reported missile attacks. So Iran have been, after the US have been dropping bombs on Iran have retaliated. British nationals in Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, have been told to shelter in place, remain indoors in secure location, avoid all travel, follow instructions from local authorities. Just in Qatar Airways have postponed all flights in and out of Doha, which is a massive hub, isn't it? And lots of people from the UK fly into there. So we just hope you're safe wherever you are, if you're listening around the world. It is the warm-up on, and Times Radio, of course, will be focused on that if you want to go somewhere else and hear that sort of stuff. Bournemouth Sunderland, we will focus on that. Scott Minto, co-coms for that is at the Vitality. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Morning, chaps. That's a bit of a switch, isn't it, from what you just mentioned there to me?
You know what? Like I suppose football is the escape, right? And like we really try and, lots of people say don't mix politics and sport, but the world exists, right? And we're all in it, and it is perhaps a pretty terrifying time, and people waking up and switching on their radio or switching on their TV to see what is happening. And
but also, we've not ever given Scott a theme tune.
Okay. Right. That is important, Charlie.
Let's get your priorities right, Matt.
I'm just trying to drag us back down. Trying to drag us back down to the level of the show.
It's a reason why you're not hosting the Today Show, isn't it, Charlie?
I take everything on board, but we've got to think of a Scott Minto. Have you ever had a theme tune, Scott? Have we ever given you one?
I've had a few bad ones chucked at me, and that's just my family. But
we'll work on that.
Work on that. Yeah.
But yeah, look, can I just say, by the way, what a wonderful morning down here in Bournemouth. I had to ask a few people, has it been like this for the last 2 months? Because in London, it has constantly rained. I think we've maybe had one maximum 2 days without rain.
What have they said, Scott? Because every single time I've watched Bournemouth highlights, it has been horizontal rain. It's looked like the wettest place on earth.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they said. No, there's no difference. So the house move will not be coming for the Mintos anytime soon.
Oh, sad times. Sad times.
So what do you make of this one? Bournemouth on a really good run. Sunderland sort of tapering out. I mean, they're always going to have... We talked to Andy Dawson, a Sunderland fan, earlier. They're always going to have a bit of a rough spot. But it's still a brilliant season for them for whatever happens, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Bournemouth in really good form. Sunderland lost the last 3. So the way the Premier League's gone, it's a Sunderland win, isn't it? I mean, you just can't predict it, and it's why we love it. In terms of Sunderland, it almost doesn't matter to me anyway. I'm sure it does to the Sunderland fans how they finish the season, and it would be a real shame if they finished with a bit of a sort of damp squib. But they're still, for me, one of the teams of the season. When you think about where they were going into the playoffs, and then how the playoffs went, and how they kind of got away in the semi-finals, they got away with it in the final, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, actually, they could be a team that do what Wolves have done this season, and yet the recruitment has been sensational. The manager's been brilliant. The players have come in and been superb. And I could still argue, even though he's been injured recently, but might be back today to actually start, that Granit Xhaka is the signing of the season in the Premier League.
Very much. I mean, I think it's two great managers in this game that have shown themselves to be really good this season. Iraola, do you think he could... I mean, I'm not trying to get rid of him for Bournemouth fans, but Spurs, Minty?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Honestly, I look at what he's done, and I think people sort of... I think from here, don't realise actually the career he had as a player. He was an amazing player. He played for a massive club in Athletic Bilbao. He played for the national side with some incredible world-class superstars, and you only need to look up at that time as to who he played with. And he's come over here with this sort of exciting football with Bournemouth. We talk about it's a lovely little place and it's a lovely little stadium, only holds 11,000, and you don't want to be condescending, but actually they're constantly overachieving.
Yeah.
And what Andoni Iraola has done, again, has been constantly overachieving. And they're trying to sort of... I mean, he equalled Bournemouth's best ever finish last season, which was 9th. He got the greatest ever amount of points in the Premier League last season as well, and is obviously going to try and beat that. They've never played European competition before. Who knows? But Charlie, it might take to finish in a European place to keep him, because I definitely believe that he can manage a bigger club.
Last gig you went to, you're in the Stuart Pearce role at the moment.
No, you keep asking this.
Normally Lionel Richie.
Still Lionel Richie?
I've got 3 young kids. I don't get time to get out, and the eldest is going through GCSEs as well. So any time that I have, I just try and pretend that I'm helping her.
Good
on
luck
the
to the
GCSEs.
young Minto in their GCSEs. Thanks, Scott. Scott Minto there at the Vitality for Bournemouth Sunderland. Rushden take over at 11. Time now to get the latest odds ahead of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Phelps. I need somebody. Phelps. Not just anybody. Phelps. You know I need someone.
Phelps. Lee Phelps, welcome.
It's a note. That was a note.
Yeah, we got it right, didn't we? We got it. Well done.
No problem.
How's life, Lee? You good?
Yeah, good, thank you. I got up early this morning. I've been playing golf, so I was 7 o'clock this morning in the mud.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right, for some. Well, final one standing. How are we looking?
The latest rounds obviously started last night with the Aston Villa defeat against Wolves, and a few players went out of that. New game starts, so if those who got knocked out, if you want to go straight back in, then 3 p.m. deadline today for the new £20,000 jackpot. There's a couple of jackpots that could go today. 7 players left in a couple, so fingers crossed for them. I think they'll probably roll on because they've still got the likes of Liverpool in there and some decent favourites. So, yeah, but if you haven't played or you have been knocked out and you want to have another go, then 3 p.m. deadline today for the 20k. Free to play. Pick a Premier League team to win. If they do, you go through.
Bournemouth Sunderland, the early kickoff live on talkSPORT.
Yeah, just listening to that, and I find it hard to disagree with anything that you guys have just said about Bournemouth. I think Sunderland are starting to wobble a little bit. You know, they're on 36 points. You know, I think 38 will be enough this season, maybe up to 40. But Sunderland, you know, that brilliant start, maybe just wobbling, losing games at home now. And I think Bournemouth are just a bit too good for them. They're 8-11 to win this game at home. I think that's good enough. I think there'll be probably goals in it as well. But if you're looking for an accumulator, you've got your ACCA boost. So 4 more picks activates the boost. You've got a bet and get. So if you place a football ACCA, you get a free one. This would be the start for me. Bournemouth at home, the first leg of it, I think.
What about the 3 p.m.s?
Yeah, well, I'd stick Brentford in there at Burnley. A lot of final one standing players have gone Brentford. They're 4-5. They've got firepower again. Igor Thiago's had a little bit of a downturn in form, but he seems to do that. Burnley have conceded 154 shots on target. Igor Thiago scores a goal every 2 shots on target. So if they give him that kind of freedom, then I think he will score today. But Brentford go in it. Liverpool go in. I think they beat West Ham at home. I think Coventry beat Stoke. They go in. And in the William Hill Scottish Premiership, obviously Old Firm derby tomorrow at noon. Hearts at home to Aberdeen, so Hearts can really put the pressure on the Old Firm teams by winning, and I think they will as well. So those 5, that comes to about 10-1. But you can add to that, obviously, before, and that's before the Leeds City game. I haven't put City in it, but people might want to put City in there as well.
Yeah, and that is a big game, isn't it, for Leeds? Not totally safe. City obviously have to win for the title race.
Yeah, I think Leeds are probably all right. I mean, they're a big price to go down now. City must win now. I think they just have to keep the pressure on now. There's that stat that's doing the rounds about Leeds United under the lights. So they've just got a brilliant record when they're under the floodlights at Elland Road. So they'll be praying for darkness as soon as possible. I think 5:30, it's probably still quite light in West Yorkshire. But maybe you'd go Man City to win the first half, Leeds to win the second half once the lights are on.
I like that.
But I think Man City win the game. They're 13-20, so a fairly short price to win it. I think it'll be a good game though. Maybe one for a bet builder. The reverse fixture was 3-2. Haaland, of course, born in Leeds. He's got an affinity to the club, but scored a brace at Elland Road before. Foden's got a good record against them. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored against City in the reverse fixture, so I expect that one to be a really good game and pretty open. Leeds may as well go for it. And just a quick mention there: epic boosts on that game. It's Haaland to score in the match, obviously boosted from the odds-on price. Like I say, he's got a good record against them, and there's an epic boost on your racing today as well. The 155 at Doncaster, Mighty Bandit or Queen's Gamble. So either one of those, they're first and second favourite in the race. Either Mighty Bandit or Queen's Gamble to win the 155 at Doncaster is even money, boosted from 2-1 on.
Lovely stuff, Lee. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, guys.
Lee Phelps there from William Hill. Guy in Worcester has nailed this. Scott Minto song should be shouting Scott Minto to the tune of So Macho by Sunita. That is absolutely sensational. Now,
all I want to do now is sing that.
It doesn't matter what Scott is doing next Saturday. He's on the show just so we can sing So Macho. That was the latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Always time for time difference, and we'll do that next.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
So when an old friend I know drops by to say hello, will I still see suspicion in your eyes?
Absolutely.
There we go again, Ray. Here we go.
Come on now.
You're asking where I've been.
Whoa.
You can't see the tears are real, I'm crying. Sing it, Ray.
We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Build our dreams on suspicious minds.
That's beautiful. Right, people can put the radio back
Right,
on.
I just want to hear the bit in the ghetto from the man himself, Elvis. This is a classic.
There's a snowflake on a cold and grey Chicago morning. A poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? A child needs a helping hand, or he'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Well, take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look?
Let's go live to the seat next to me, for there is always time for time difference. And here's your host, Reese, the Lock.
Good morning, chaps.
Hello.
Good morning, Reese. Don't knock the lock.
Yeah, let's get on with it. Come on.
Fantastic.
Right.
We are now guessing goals from this week's coverage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's how it works.
That was a nice idea.
Yeah. Yeah. One of our better ones, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's no jolly hockey sticks.
Clean.
No.
No backwards football.
There is no feature on the whole warm-up metaverse.
It's your
that comes
favourite.
close to Jolly Hockey Sticks. Jolly Hockey Sticks is my favourite feature on the entire station.
You're not here for opinions, Reese.
Come on, Reese.
You're here to host time
I
difference.
like it, Reese.
And Jeff Peters is here to join.
Oh,
us.
that's nice. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, everybody. Max has won the last 2 editions of Time Difference, and this year it is Max 4, Charlie 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Good stuff. Tight.
I thought I won last week. No.
Let's play.
Excellent. Our first goal comes from Monday evening's coverage of Everton 0, Manchester United 1, which was, of course, live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me what minute Benjamin Sesko scored the game's only goal, even? Easy for me to say. Max.
Okay. I was hoping you're going to Charlie.
I didn't listen to the game. Which game was it?
68th minute.
Which game was it?
Sesko against Everton.
Yeah. Monday night.
Oh, yeah. The 66th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
And Sesko puts it into the bottom right-hand corner. Manchester United lead.
It was the 71st.
Oh.
Wrong way, Regals.
Regals.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Regals. Thank you, Jeff.
So it's Max 3, Charlie 5. You lost 82-57 last week.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Yep.
It was all right. I was. You were tired.
Very tired.
You were very tired last week. Yeah. I had no reason to be tired. Here we go, Reese. Player 2.
Our second goal from the week came
Goal
from
2.
Newcastle 3, Karabag 2, reports of which you heard on talkSPORT. But can you tell me, Charlie, what minute did Sven Botman score the Magpies' 9th goal over the 2 legs?
That's their third goal, because it was 6-2 in the first. 6-1 in the first.
Was it?
75th minute.
Max?
It's a good header. It was a
good header.
Yeah, bang.
I liked it a lot.
But I can't remember when it was. What did you say, 75?
Yeah, I mean...
175. I'm not saying 175th minute, just to clarify. 72.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Sven Botman, who went missing to leave the space for Dan Burn, has just headed in from a Kieran Trippier corner.
The 52nd minute.
Oh, wow.
Terrible guess.
You, Jeff?
So Max 20 out, Charlie 23 out. After 2 guesses last week, it was 20 plays 24. This week even, it's Max 23, Charlie 28. Max leads by 5, 3 to go.
Okay. 3 to go. Okay. Here we go, guys.
Goal 3 from Wednesday evening. talkSPORT 2's coverage of Sheffield United 1, Coventry 2. But can you tell me what minute Jack Radoni scored the all-important goal?
You.
Is it me?
Yes. The all-important goal for Coventry City.
Well, I know they turned it around. Do you know?
Don't ask me if I know. I might
Do you
know.
know?
I might know. Maybe I've done... Look at him looking at... I know he's not cheating. I know you're not
I'm not looking at... Do you know what's on my
you're not
screen?
cheating.
On my screen is Gareth Bale's winner for Spurs against West Ham in 20, I don't
I
know.
was about to ask what minute that was.
Top corner. That was in the injury time.
Come on.
Everything
Jack
failed
Radoni's
I think it was
goal.
late. I think it was late, guys.
In the late second half.
82.
Charlie?
What have I got? 5? 84.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Off the head of Radoni into the bottom right corner. Well, how about that for a response from the league leaders?
Oh.
The 57th minute.
Oh, my gosh. Terrible.
Terrible, guys. What are we even doing on talkSPORT? What's the score, Jeff? It's embarrassing, this for all of us.
5 out, Charlie 27 out, so it's dreadful guessing. Max 48,
I had a look.
Charlie 55, the gap is 7.
I had genuinely had a look yesterday with this in mind in my dressing room last night. And
so is that homework? You're allowed
to do homework, not on the day.
No, you're allowed to. No, hang on. You're allowed to watch the games.
No, you're allowed
but
to.
You're not allowed to look at the scores.
You
are
because you don't know what scores they're going to choose.
No, but you're not allowed to just go through the scores and check what minutes the Champions League games or whatever.
Why?
It just doesn't feel right.
Got to play to win.
Sure. No.
I know there's no homework allowed in the birthday spread. That is true. But Paul often looks in the papers, buys the papers on the day, and Andy sends him the
and
answers.
You make a point of not reading any of the papers ahead of the show
at all times.
It affects the rest of the week.
Okay.
But it keeps you pure.
Okay.
For the birthday spread.
Get on with it. For goodness sake, Reece.
Okay, yeah, come on, Reece.
Goal 4 from Thursday evening as Crystal Palace beat Zrinjski Mostar 2-0 live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me what minute Maxence Lacroix put the Eagles 2-1 up in the tie?
Oh, yeah.
I was having dinner with Vernon Kay, so I don't know.
Someone's doing. Look at that, look.
I wasn't.
Clang.
I wasn't. I just thought it was Harry, my mate. It wasn't. It was Vernon
That's
Kay.
Vernon Kay.
Vernon Kay from Bolton.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's the one.
Now do a Bolton accent. Here we go.
I was doing an impression of Bo Selector doing an impression.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, right.
Okay. Yeah. No clue. No idea.
No, me neither.
58th minute.
Okay.
Really go for it. Go on.
I will.
Go on, really go for it.
59th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Whips it a dangerous delivery to the far post, and it's headed home
Don't mind it.
by Maxence Lacroix.
Sounds first halfy to me.
36 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, but wasn't too bad. Not too far out.
Okay, so what
Sorry,
that
Jeff.
means is Max is 23 minutes out, Charlie 22 minutes out.
Yep.
So Charlie narrows the gap. It's 71 plays 77. Max is in the lead by 6.
Appalling.
He guesses the final one, and Charlie has to be 7 either way.
Yeah.
It's not been a great game, guys, but they can't all be great.
I've enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Okay, Reece, off you go.
It's been fun. 7-1.
What, 2-all?
Goal number
Smolix.
5.
2 each.
Yeah.
Goal number 5.
Tuesday night. It's TalkSport 2 coverage of Middlesbrough 1, Leicester 1. But can you tell me what minute Caleb Okoli put Leicester ahead?
Famous goals.
Are you saying Caleb Okoli's goal for Leicester against Middlesbrough is not famous?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I bet you did.
When was it, Jeff?
What minute was it?
It was
on Tuesday night.
It was the 39th minute.
Oh, I think you've opened the door.
Well, I have, because I've got an absolute clue.
The 39th minute. 31st minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Comes in, and Okoli nods it home.
Great comms.
Leicester lead.
comms.
The struggling side have their noses in front.
Yeah, that's early. In
The 18th minute.
Yeah, bang, Baker. Eat it. Go get it.
Stupid game.
Tickets for sale live on
Stupid
tour.
game.
CharlieBakerComedy.com for all
Max
your
5.
tickets.
Sorry, Max 4, Charlie 5. Congratulations, Charlie.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Reece. Thanks, Charlie. Me and Barry back tomorrow at 11. Reshman's next with Game Day Live.
So, Stuttgart have got Porto, Nottingham Forest have got Midtjylland. The winners of those ties will meet in the quarterfinals. Bologna take on Roma, and Lille play Aston Villa. It means the quarterfinal could be Donyell Marlin against Aston Villa, Gabby.
That would sum us up. That Donyell Marlin would score the winner and knock Aston Villa out. And if that happened, right, I don't know what I'd do, Crookie. I think I'd walk to your house, Crookie, from here and knock on your door and blame you.
We'll fire up the hot tub, mate. You're always welcome.
But Aston Villa against Lille, they finished 18th in the Europa League group stage. Beat Red Star Belgrade in the playoffs.
They did well, actually, to come from behind. They lost their home leg 1-0 and then 1-2, 1 away.
You should be beating them.
They're fifth in the league as well, in Liga. So
Roma's
should beat
the
them.
tough one.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Roma's the tough one. And it's on the same side as Forest. Is that right?